There are moments in life when fate feels like a cruel joke, when something once full of pride, passion, and purpose is tossed away like garbage. And on a hot, dust-choked afternoon, in the middle of a sprawling junkyard filled with rusted memories, an old motorcycle lay abandoned at the edge of a massive crater, its frame bruised by years of neglect, its metal eaten by time, and its story forgotten by the one who once swore never to let it go. The world had moved on, people had moved on, but the bike, it waited. For years it waited, and it still wasn't ready to give up. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the beauty of giving life to what others give up on, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep stories like this alive. The old motorcycle had once been a legend on the highway, roaring through deserts, mountains, and neon-lit cities. Its previous owner had ridden it like a badge of honor, but when newer models arrived, when flashier bikes hit the road, loyalty faded. The man who once called it his soul machine grew ashamed of its scratches, its fading paint, its aging engine, until the day he pushed it into a truck bed and dumped it at the junkyard without even a last glance. The bike lay buried among twisted steel, broken appliances, and memories people wanted to forget. Rain seeped into its parts, sun burned its paint, and dust swallowed its once beautiful engine. Seasons changed. The world grew louder, but the forgotten machine remained, sinking deeper under layers of rust and sorrow. But destiny has strange ways of circling back. Far from town, on a lonely highway road, a Hell's Angel named Ryder, known not by fame, but by the quiet heaviness in his chest, was riding through a season of grief. He had lost a brother from his club, a mentor who taught him to never give up on anything with a beating heart, or something that once had one. After weeks of wandering, he stopped near the junkyard, drawn by a strange impulse he didn't understand. Maybe it was the silence. Maybe it was the dust swirls rising like ghosts. Maybe it was the universe nudging him. As Ryder walked through piles of rusted machines, he felt something tug at him, an unexplainable pull toward the giant pit carved into the earth. And there, half buried near the edge, he saw the old motorcycle, a skeletal relic of forgotten dreams. It looked dead, lifeless, beyond repair. But Ryder didn't see decay. He saw a story. He saw pain. He saw abandonment. He saw himself. Kneeling down, he brushed dust off the tank. His gloved hand paused as if the machine were breathing beneath it. The weight of neglect was heavy. Bent spokes, cracked seat, missing parts, a frame that looked ready to crumble. But something inside the bike, something silent and stubborn, whispered that it had one more ride left in it. Ryder's throat tightened. He knew what it felt like to be discarded by the world. Most people would have walked away. But he wasn't most people. Ryder called in favors, borrowed a flatbed truck, and hauled the dying motorcycle out of the junkyard as though rescuing a war-worn soldier. The workers laughed. Scrap metal, they said. Waste of time. But he didn't listen. That night, in the dim light of his garage, Ryder stared at the bike as though it were a wounded creature. He knew restoring it wouldn't be easy. Maybe it wouldn't be possible at all. But something in his heart, bruised but still beating, told him this was exactly what he needed. The days that followed were long, gritty, and exhausting. The tank had holes eaten by rust. The wiring was a spider web of decay. The engine refused to turn. Bolts snapped, metal flaked, tools slipped, and Ryder bled from his knuckles more times than he could count. Each failure reminded him of how broken he felt inside since losing his brother. But just like the bike, he wasn't ready to give up. Slowly, piece by piece, the machine began to change. Ryder scavenged parts from old shops. Some donated, some traded, some taken from bikes that had died long before. Every bolt tightened, felt like stitching a wound. Every spark of ignition felt like a returning heartbeat. Ryder spent nights soaked in sweat and motor oil, falling asleep beside the bike when exhaustion took over. He whispered to it sometimes, not because he was crazy, but because the silence felt less heavy that way. The bike wasn't just metal anymore, it was healing. It was purpose. It was hope. Weeks passed. The sunlight hitting the tank looked warmer. The tires looked younger. The engine, once stiff with decay, began to turn with tiny tremors of life. The day the engine finally roared, a deep, trembling growl, Ryder felt tears burn in his eyes. He didn't cry often, but that sound wasn't just machinery. It was resurrection. He rode the restored machine to the lookout hill his brother loved. The wind hit his face, carrying dust and memories, and as he parked at the edge and looked out over the horizon, he felt something lift from his chest. The bike, once abandoned and forgotten, now stood gleaming under the golden sun. It had a new life, and so did he. Near the end of the ride, as he slowed on the highway, people turned their heads. Not because the bike looked new, but because it radiated soul. A machine that had been thrown away had become a testament of love, patience, and second chances. Ryder realized then that saving the bike had saved him too. They were both survivors, scarred, weathered, but reborn. If this story touched your heart, if you believe in giving new life to what others abandoned, please like the video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more stories that remind us of the goodness still left in the world. Before we end, comment below. Second chances are powerful. Thank you for watching, and may your life always offer you the chance to rise again.